friends! Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin and I like to film eyeshadow palette ranking and review videos, as well as the occasional other beauty content sprinkled in. So if you like indie makeup, if you like eyeshadow palettes, if you like beauty content in general, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button because I post 2 videos every single week. And for those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again. And I am the last person to post today's video, but I can't not share a video with a new Nomad palette because they're one of my favorite brands. I've shared a video with almost every launch that I've ever gotten. I think Nomad's been the brand I've been most consistent with posting content on. So anyways, if you want to see me do a look and share my first impressions, thoughts of the new, I thought it was Okavango Safari, but I could be pronouncing that wrong. Please correct me in the comments. Anyways, if you want to see me do a look with this palette, you should go ahead and keep on watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up before you go. It just helps kind of the algorithm continue to push out my content, so I would really appreciate it. But let's get into the palette. I will still go over the information I normally go over, although I'm sure most of you have already heard this, so I will try to be quick about it. But anyways, this is what the outer packaging, like the carton, looks like. I think it's beautiful. I especially like the, you know, sort of like really hot like sun flare with the hippo on it. Super fun. This is the back. Nomad always kind of shows their color story on the back. This palette is cruelty-free and vegan, no parabens, phthalates, or mineral oil. Oh, the Nomad always donates a portion of their proceeds to a cause related to the location. So this donation for this palette is proud supporter of Wilderness Wildlife Trust. They describe this palette as having 9 mattes, 3 shimmers, and 3 animal print shimmer swirls. And I think that's kind of the gist of it. So let's open the actual palette up. And here's what the actual palette looks like. I heard a lot of creators describe this as feeling similar to the Anastasia palettes. And like, maybe, but it's softer. So I think somebody said that this was like a satin, and I would agree that it's a satin. It's a really soft feeling texture. There is a 12-month open container. This palette is manufactured at Nomad Labs in China and distributed out of Nomad Cosmetics location in Dallas, Texas. And I think, okay, we've now officially hit all the info. Here is what the inside of the palette looks like. Super pretty. If you saw my Natasha Denona Yucca video, then you'll know that I plan to do a palette battle with that palette and this palette, just because I feel like they're launching at pretty close together and they're very similar color stories. Although I will give you a spoiler alert, they're not quite as similar as I initially thought. So anyways, that video of those palette battles, or of that palette battle, will be coming soon. So I am going to do multiple looks with this palette for that video. So for today, I'm just going to do one look, and it's just the look that's calling to me when I look at the palette. Starting off with this big fluffy blending brush from the Glamlight and Scooby-Doo collection. I'm going to start with the shade Crash of Rhinos. I kind of want to focus on these cool tones. Okay, I think that shade worked into my crease nicely, not too dark. Actually shows up on my skin tone, so you know that's always good. Not like, I'm very pale, so most shades show up on my skin tone, but I mean like sometimes they're so light that you don't notice a difference. That's more what I was trying to say there. I did prep my lids with the About Face Shadow Fix Primer. Okay, this side looks a little funky, but I'll be honest, that About Face Shadow Fix Primer, when I put it down, I don't know if I took forever to like brush this one out, but this one got kind of dry, and it was a little bit harder to blend out. So if this eye looks funky, I promise you it's not the palette. I know for a fact it's the primer, and I should have just reapplied my primer, but I'm lazy. I kind of just want to go straight into Honking Hippos. I don't think I really need to do like another in-between shade because I kind of want to keep this cool toned, you know? So I think that's what we're gonna do. I was just trying to blend that a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush. It is a P. Louise brush, number 283. It is fluffy, but like kind of like squared off. It might be a little bit too big for this dark of a shade. I feel like the bigger brush helped make this not such a dark shade too. Like it's dispersing the pigment a little bit more. Oh, that's pretty. That's a really pretty neutral crease. Like, I like that a lot. Okay, this line that you can see like right here, that's definitely for my primer. But anyways, there we go. All right, so looking at, I feel like there's 3 shimmers I kind of want to, well, the zebra shade is dark. Let me see. I kind of wanted to go in with this greeny gold. Should I do that before the silver? I think we're going to go into Keystone Termites and then Mighty Buffaloes, which means I'm not using any of the Animal Swirl shades, which are the shades that I've heard other creators not have the best time with, but I will definitely be using those shades in that battle with the Natasha Denona palette, so do with that what you want. I'm going to use this Singe Beauty EO1 brush and go into the shade Keystone Termites and spray that with Fix Plus, because that's what I always do to my shimmer shades. And just apply. Oh, I like that. That's a really pretty green color. It was kind of duochrome-y. Oh, I don't know that it's exact. They didn't market it as a duochrome, so I'm going to assume it's not quite a duochrome, but it's like a darker base green with sort of like a light green shine to it. I like it. This is probably going to be like the most work appropriate look I've ever worn to work since I started working there. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other side of that same brush and go into the shade Mighty Buffaloes, which is the dark brown shimmer at the bottom. So I am kind of doing a bottom row look, but I did work in a shimmer that was not in the bottom row, so I mixed it up a little bit. That's basically going to be the look. I'm going to go do my base, clean everything up, and then I'll come back to show you the finished look. I don't typically like to show the lower lash line because I feel like that's not super helpful. I can just talk you through it. We all know you just run a small bullet brush under the lower lash line. But let me know in the comments if you really feel like you need to see that, but I just feel like I can walk people through it. Anyways, I will come back. We will talk about the finished look. Okay, here is the finished look. Ignore if you can see dry shampoo in my hair. We had some mishaps with the dry shampoo today. But anyways, focusing on the makeup, here is the finished look. I like it. I basically did a combo of like the bottom 2 rows. So I used the shade Rumbling Elephants on the lower lash line plus these 2 green mattes to smoke it out. And then I put Nile Crocodiles in the inner corner. So I did use one of the Animal Swirl shades. And I felt like that shade, I mean, I did just put it in the inner corner, but I didn't use Fix Plus or anything, and I feel like it's really shiny. So yeah, that's basically the look. I think it's really, really pretty. I like it a lot. I felt like the mattes blended out really nicely. I feel like the shimmers look really nice. Like I said, I heard some other creators say that they had issues with the Animal Swirl shades, so I will try to use more of like these 2 shades in the palette battle that I do with the Natasha Denona palette, and as I just continue to review this palette, I'll make sure to really test those out and give you my thoughts on them. But so far I really like this palette. I think it's really fun. Definitely on the neutral side with the greens, but really, really pretty neutral tones, I think. So far I'm impressed. Let me know what you think of this look in the comments, and I will see you all next time. Bye!